Hi, everyone, and welcome back to our Advancing Your Business, Your People, and Your Legacy conversation series. My name is Kendall Rawls, and I am the Director of Development with the Rawls Group, and I will be your moderator. Today, I am joined by Jean Venant, an associate with the Rawls Group. Having owned his own business and working as a manufacturer representative to retail automotive dealers, Jean brings extensive experience in strategic planning and enhancing business performance to the conversation. Tom Olney, who is a partner with Owl Automotive Consulting, is also joining us. Tom brings 32 years of operational experience and has directly participated in over 30 dealership acquisitions as a buyer, a seller, and a broker. Today, we're going to talk about operational excellence. As car dealers, you're constantly faced with the unknown, manufacturer issues, recalls, economic changes, and what many have never experienced in their lifetime, pandemics. All these dynamics create disruptions or transitions in your business, which require operational excellence to succeed through the change, or what many may refer to as a strategic succession strategy. We have a powerhouse team of experts today with Jean and Tom, and are ready to dive in to answer common questions we're receiving from dealers across the country. Tom, what can a dealer do to protect their multiples and value during these difficult times?
I think that the most important thing is probably to be an agent of change, right? If a dealership's trying to protect the value for potentially selling that store, whether it's in 6 months, year, or 3 years, a buyer is going to give you the greatest value for a dealership that is not broken, for a dealership that is with the times, progressive, and that they feel they can come in and take over and make some changes, but that they don't have to start from scratch. So I think that, again, we've talked a lot today about change, but I think it's a matter of making sure that you are adjusting your business models to the demands of the marketplace and the customer. The world has changed. It's not going to go backwards. And so we need to, we talked about inventory earlier and trying to have the crystal ball to see what's happening. None of us have the crystal ball, but we need to make sure that we're staying up with it. And I think that the other piece is really staying on that pulse of what the consumer wants. Gene, I don't know what it's going to look like in 6 months or a year. Is our customer habits going to revert back to what they were a year ago, and we're going to see more, or is this a permanent change? And are we going to have to permanently change how we sell a car, deliver a car to a customer? We don't know. The real key there is being nimble, being willing to change as we need to make sure that the customer is happy.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably a few things that consumers have really loved about this time in terms of telehealth and traffic not being so high. And as you mentioned, the things that they have gotten used to when it comes to buying a car, and they may not have been used to using technology like Zoom, and it was weird at first, but then it's like, oh, well, this is kind of nice. And so knowing that there's going to be, it could be a mix. It could be something that there's some people who really enjoy the convenience of someone going to the grocery store for you and bringing the groceries. And there's some who want to go back into a car dealership and touch and feel and see all the cars. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this.
I agree.
Absolutely. And it's, you can call me millennial, but everyone says, the millennials are doing it. They're doing it to us. But honestly, times are changing. And as Tom stated, time doesn't go backwards. We're evolving. We're going forward, and it's going to be a big change to those that have been ingrained into their system. Technology always wins, right? We move forward. We find innovative ways to do things more efficiently, cost effective. So it's changed this hurts period, but we have to move forward with it.
Mm-hmm. And to your point, Tom, looking at other retail organizations, and driving to the beach with my mom, I was able to go grocery shopping. So an hour of my time turned into grocery shopping, and when we arrived, there were the groceries. So looking at other organizations to see what they're doing and how can you apply it to your business.
Yeah, I think time has always been that variable that everybody wants to be able to have more time, right? Have more time with your family, have more time in all different aspects of your life. And you're right, you're touching on things that we're finding some innovative ways that we can save people time. And you know, in a dealership standpoint, the sales process all taken too long. The customer has always been in our store much longer than they probably would have chosen once they make that final decision. So I think the positive that's going to come out of this is we're getting more distant deliveries, if you will, paperwork wise. We're finally probably going to get out of having to have the customer spend hours in the dealership signing papers, and just that alone is going to make the dealership experience a more positive. You see the same thing in service. If I drop my car off and I approve what work is going to be done for the car, and I'm quoted the price, and I say fine, why do I really need to come inside and stand and in front of a cashier window with 6 other people and sign paperwork? We buy everything else online. Why not have my paperwork in my front seat when I show up for the car, jump in and go? You know, those are things that hopefully we're never going to look back, and we're going to realize how efficient they can be for us.
I agree with you 100%. And by the way, that shopping app is my favorite, by the way. Although I am a visual shopper, but that tends to get me in trouble. So that app is amazing.
Advancing Your Business, Your People, and Your Legacy is produced by the Rawls Group and hosted by me, Kendall Rawls. You can hear more of this discussion on our website at www.rawlsgroup.com. Thanks for listening.